Jets and Flames at the Whoop-de-Doo Arena yesterday. It was not a great start for the Flames. They were running around.
They were spinning around, I think, shell-shocked a bit. An older Jets club was playing a little bit of keep away, and it just was like, looked a bit like that. Yeah. And then for a moment there, it was like, this could get really out of hand. What was it, 2 goals, like moments apart?
Yeah, it was 2-0 Jets in the first period. And it looked like it was maybe going to be one of those long afternoons or evenings, however you want to look at it. But they did settle in. Trent Cull, coach of the Wranglers, said afterwards, you kind of expect that. It's a new group. They've not played together. They're excited. They're wearing the jerseys for the first time. There's going to be some, what are you getting there? Butterflies, that sort of a thing. Yeah. But I thought that they settled in really well and would end up tying the game, and then went down 3-2, then tied it again. And it went to overtime, and we'll talk about that. Take a look at the goals here. Now, Sam Morton, who we've been having fun with.
Hank Horton, Sam
sounds
Morton.
like a
Dr. Seuss
guy off of Yellowstone. He got them going. Now, he is one of the older players here, 25 years of age. So he goes for the pass across there. It goes off a skate back to him, and he bangs it in.
Been a nice little find. He has coming out of Mankato.
Put up some points at the end of last season after he joined the Wranglers with the American Hockey League, and again, when you're that much older, but still, there was a lot of poise. It was pretty clear that he was very comfortable in that setting.
To put things in perspective, when he was like, let's say Zane Parick's age, Zane Parick would have been like 10 or 11. So he's significantly older than these 8 players they've brought from this summer draft class in Vegas. And so impressive game. If you're a 25-year-old that's played 4 years of college and then, a significant role down the stretch in the AHL regular season and playoffs, you probably should be better than a lot of these guys and be able to assert yourself. He had a really good game. I thought he was their best player.
He was. I agree. He was centering a line with William Stromgren, who's also, all of a sudden, he's a little bit of an older guy here as well.
Yep.
And Matvei Gridin.
We
got it from Brendan Parker, Flames.com, Gridin. So we're going to go with it until we're told differently. But that was their top line. So moving on, so they make it 2-1. Then they would tie it. And this one took a little while to figure out, well, whose goal is this? Because there's a pass out in front. And Hunter Brestevich, who's been at this tournament before, but was a Canuck when he was here last time. There you see the shot right to the slot. He pinches in, and it looked like it was a direct shot in a goal for Brestevich, but replays would suggest that it went off the stick.
See, I was behind that net, and I thought for sure that went off Lang's stick and in.
Yeah, and I think they did. At the time, it was Brestevich, but I think that credit has gone to Lang,
rightfully so.
As they go. Really got to figure out who's got these goals, who's deserving the credit here, and Lang is a guy we'll talk about in a little bit. But I
got some interesting bloodlines.
You want these guys be in the fabric of the game, be involved, and he was involved in a lot of it. You see there, the guy's 6'5",
listed at 6'6" in some places.
Yeah,
so he's a monster.
So he's a big dude. So that tied it up, and then Jaden Lipinski would tie it one more time. And you talk about Parick, who we will talk plenty today. I was sitting with Parker, and I said, you don't need to ever tell him to jump into the play. So here goes, there's the forward, and here comes Parick up the right side, right in front of the net. And as the puck goes in the net here, they're shorthanded.
Yeah.
They're on a penalty kill, and their defenseman is right at the top of the crease, below the goal line. But Lipinski makes a nice move there as he cuts back to the middle of the net and tucks it in on the Milic. I believe played all 60 plus minutes yesterday.
It's you hear about Zane Parick and then you see him, and he is exactly as advertised. This is an offensive wizard that definitely knows what end of the rink his bread is buttered at.
Yeah, he's not too concerned about getting back because he has that ability and loves to jump into the play. High risk, high reward, however you want to characterize it. But you got to see a lot of it yesterday, so that would tie the game. And then they would go to overtime, and they controlled the puck.
Yeah, they were
for pretty much the entire overtime frame until it was over. We mentioned Zane Parick. You'll get to see his involvement again.
More Zane.
There's a winning goal coming up, but it's so here is Parick at the top of your screen, and then gets pressed by a couple of Jets and turns the puck over.
2-0.
And it's how the game ends.
I thought Murphy was going to get over and get that. He really made a good attempt on that 2-0. And Parick just tried to make a move. It didn't work. But here is what why players develop. Okay, in the OHL, you can probably get away with that. he just found out that against guys that are going to play in the American League this year, that's got to be done quicker with more authority, or you can't do it at all.
Yeah.
And so I think people are just like, oh my gosh, risk reward. And you're like, this guy's trying, he's playing at a higher level, and not everything that worked at a lower level is going to work. Not everything's going to translate.
Yeah.
But I will bet on the vision and skill of this player all the time. And I don't really care that he had 2 major gaffes and was on the ice for a couple against. I was really impressed with when he held the puck. He would show something, move his opponent around, and then go somewhere else with the hole he just created. So if he's a right shot, if he's got the puck here and he wants you to think he's passing there, everything says he's going that way. And then he pulls it back and slides it over because he's just moved the defender the opposite direction. I mean, deception, vision, and just an ability to move some of the other chess pieces on the board. It's through the roof. He's going to be an incredibly exciting player to watch. I mean, I hate the big name comparisons sometimes, but it just feels like Erik Karlsson light, like a guy that's just wildly offensively talented, that there's going to be a lot of defensive. Yeah, that's not what he's great at.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.